morning and welcome to Take a Moment. I'm so thankful that you are joining me today for this time just to take a moment with God in the midst of your day of work or whatever it is that you might be doing right now. I'm here in a little bit different space, returning to my office space more regularly now, and so I'm just taking a moment in the middle of my day to light a candle and to be present with God. You can do this too, wherever you might be. There's things called lunch breaks and coffee breaks. Remember those? And so even if it's just 10 minutes, I'm thankful that you are here with me today. Because today we're talking about the importance of rest. This is the soul reset that we have been focusing on all month in our worship services. And interestingly enough, this week we were talking about rest. And I, on the Sabbath day, was not able to be present because I was ill. You see, sometimes in the midst of our busyness, our bodies call us to rest. And that was where my body was this past week. And so as I have been contemplating how it is that each of us are called to rest, not only in the Sabbath, but in the rhythms of our lives, I've recognized the connection between our need to rest and our call to the busyness of the rhythms that we are starting back up again. As school is starting up, as all the activities and the quote-unquote normalcy post-pandemic of life is starting to come up again, I think it's important that we reconnect with what we have learned about ourselves and our souls and one another. And so I'm going to encourage us in a moment of rest today. And what I want to invite you to do is to take those 3 deep breaths that we have been doing throughout this time for our Trinity connection between the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. So let us take a moment to breathe together. Once for the presence of God, our Creator. And once for the presence of God, our Redeemer. And once for the presence of God, our Sustainer. And with those 3 breaths of the Trinity, I want to invite you to connect and to ground yourself in God who knows you intimately. As we are talking about the importance of rest and Sabbath, I'd like to invite you into this space. Thank you to Lisa and Terry and Bob who are watching with us as we listen together for these Psalms from 139. For it was you who formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works that I know very well. My frame was not hidden from you. And I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and continue to breathe those deep breaths, connecting you with God, your Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer, as you rest in the presence of God's knowing. For God has known you from the very beginning. God knows your inner parts, your every thought, your every aching, your every longing, your every hoping. God knows you. And in that knowing, I'd like you to be grounded in the reality that you are enough. You have been made just as God needs you to be made. You have been knitted together intricately, just as God needs you to be. You are wonderful, just as you are. And so, knowing that your frame is not hidden from God, that it is fully visible in all of its beauty, in all of its bounty, in all of its blessings, even in all of its brokenness, you are known. And that is enough for God. I want to invite you to rest in that knowing that you are enough. Even when the world keeps you so busy and tells you that there's not enough time or enough space or enough knowledge, you are enough. And so in that busyness that sometimes tells us we are not enough, remember Pollyanna and Heather and Pauline and Shelby. All of you who are watching today, remember, you are enough. And so let us breathe in together that spirit that grounds us, that God, our Creator, has made you enough. You do not need to be or do or say anything more to be enough for what God needs you to be in this moment. Breathe in that truth. Breathe in the truth that God, your sustainer, is God, your Redeemer, is redeeming you in this moment, and that is enough. You do not need to redeem yourself, redeem other people. God is the one doing the redeeming. Rest in that redemption, that it is enough for you in this moment and for every person. Breathe in that redemption. Breathe in the sustaining of God. God who is enough to sustain you in this moment, to keep you and tend to you and hold you and love you in enough that is sustaining you in this moment and for the future. You do not have to do or be or say anything except just to let yourself be enough for a God who knows you, loves you, and calls you wonderful. In that, may you rest today, my friends. Thank you for spending this time in Take a Moment. God bless you and keep you.